feel overwhelmed at times? Confused with how you should raise your child or how to be a mom? You're not alone. Welcome to the Pure Moms, Pure Love video podcast. This is a safe space where we share stories about motherhood, parenting, friendship, love, and life. Here, there are no judgments, just your own experience and journey. Because there may be a lot of ways to be a mom, but all are coming out of pure love. Pure Moms, Pure Love video podcast is brought to you by Absolute Distilled Drinking Water.
Hello everyone! It's September now, the most awaited month for all our Absolute moms. And one thing is for sure, kapag September na, it just means we are celebrating another year of Mommy Welfare Month. And for its 8th year, we will level it up with 4 video podcasts. I am your host, Feliz and welcome to Pure Moms, Pure Love. I am so excited for this 4-week series of fruitful discussion and mommy discoveries brought to you by the Absolute Pure Drinking Water. Absolute celebrates Mommy Welfare Month to give appreciation to all moms out there who give pure, selfless, and unconditional love to their families. And what's one way for a mom to show love to their babies? It's through breastfeeding. On our first episode, we have a very special guest who will share with us her personal experiences and knowledge about the benefits of breastfeeding. To give us her insight and expert advice, we have a certified lactation counselor and founder of the Breastfeeding Club. Let us all welcome my good friend, Abbie Yabot. Hi, Abbie!
Oh, it's so nice to see you again.
Yes, after the pandemic. Pwede.
Ayan, okay.
Nakapag-antigen naman.
Oo, sobrang excited ako to see you after so long. I mean, face-to-face. And I've been following your content. It's so beautiful and inspiring.
Okay. Also, as well as you, I cannot believe how years have passed. You have a 29-year-old already and you have a 7-year-old. You have the full range of ages and you continue to be an advocate of breastfeeding.
Yes, parang hindi na mawawala sa heart ko yung breastfeeding. Parang I'm always so excited to share and teach to moms what I know about breastfeeding.
Oh, that's so wonderful. You know, as you, as the expert, experts say that breastfeeding is the best food that we could give our newborns. And as you say, it is called the wonder food because of the enormous benefits and the love that is attached to it, the pure love that comes with breastfeeding. So for both baby and the mommies, it's nutritious, can be easily digested, and most importantly, a good source of strengthening the immune system. Ito yung panglaban natin, especially at this time, parang latch lang ng latch ng latch. Yes. Yan. So can you describe, do you still remember, since you have a 25-year-old and now you are still latching your 7-year-old, do you still remember the very first time that you breastfed your 25-year-old?
Actually, 28.
28!
Turning
Ayun
29. Diba? Parang malaki yung difference niya. But of course, the first will always be super memorable, like all of them. Pero because the anxiety, the fear, and the excitement of having your first is parang it's so real, diba? So I remember finding out that you're pregnant, and then, you know, you're a little bit scared, but excited at the same time. It was a surreal experience. Very important talaga to drink lots of water kasi water is life, diba? 75% of our bodies is water. So, lagi kang uhaw, lagi kang hinihingal sa pagod in the first try. So, nare-remember ko yan, yung mga motion sickness and nausea. So, pagkapanganak niya, talagang I was really super excited to breastfeed. So, the milk code was not yet in place. So, parang it's a nice idea kung makuha mo siya. So, I tried and I was successful. At least I thought I was. So, it was a beautiful experience to put your child to the breast for the first time. Tapos nasa-satisfy siya. So, para kang may happy tears of joy. Pwede ba yun? Yung ganon. And you are just really so glad that you are able to fulfill this for your child.
But there are moms out there who are medically and physically unable to breastfeed. So, and they feel discouraged, and my heart really goes out to these moms. They really want to do it, but there's just really challenges, what do you suggest or recommend to these moms?
In the provinces, we have what we call wet nurses. Trabaho talaga nila is to feed other babies. So yung mga mommies na nagtatrabaho, iwan nila yung babies nila sa parang daycare. Merong wet nurse doon. Ginagawa niya, pinapasuso niya lahat ng bata ron. Diba? So, hindi yan masyadong practice in Manila, but we do that for moms who are, say, for example, unable to breastfeed their babies and the babies need to feed. So, donated milk, we recommend that the milk has to be coming from a baby that's almost the same age as your baby because, you know, ang breast milk, diba, it's so wonderful. It changes in composition by the day, by the age, diba? And by the time of day. Sa umaga, iba. Sa gabi, iba rin. So imagine mo, kung 1-year-old na yung gatas mo, 1-year-old na yung baby mo, tapos do-donate ka sa newborn, parang it's not gonna be parang apples to apples. It's not enough, diba? And the last resort, of course, is commercially prepared milk, which you have to mix with really clean water. Water that you can trust. Hindi talaga pwedeng kumuha ka lang sa tap, tapos boil mo na lang siya. Kasi sometimes there are ingredients there or sometimes there are bacteria that don't get killed. So in any of these feedings, there will be no judgment to the moms because in the end, fed is best really for the child.
When you said about fed is best, can you tell me more what is the benefits of breastfeeding, especially at this time of COVID?
Usually at 2, diba? Sabi nila breastfeeding is best until 2 years old. Pero even after 2, you can still continue to breastfeed because there's still evidence that breast milk is best. First is that it's really built for humans. No? Humans only have one stomach. Isa lang naman siyan mo, girl. Ano? And cows have 4 stomachs. That's why it's more difficult to digest cow's milk. Hindi natin kaya yan. And usually, babies who are given commercially prepared milk or formula will usually need water to help in digestion. Second, of course, it's really the most nutritious because it's built in the right quantities that a human needs it at exactly whatever age the baby is at. So if you have a preemie baby, you have preemie milk. Di ba kaya nga yung milk natin na commercially prepared, they have 0 to 6, 6 to 12, 1 to 3 because they realize that the milk has to change as they grow. Of course, the third is that it protects them, and this is what's important, from all of the common illnesses. That would include COVID. Why? Because common illness lang naman yung cough and colds eh. You know, the virus actually, if you have the antibody in you, you can pass it on to your child. So if you're vaccinated as a mom and you continue to breastfeed, you actually give the antibodies to your child. The fourth benefit of breastfeeding is really ang tipid niya. You actually save about 10,000 or more pesos per month yan, Feliz. So imagine mo, for every year pala nagbe-breastfeed ka, worth it ka pala ng isang karat ng diamond from your husband.
Sige,
So,
magsasabi na ako, ang karat ng diamond.
ilang years ka na uli nagbe-breastfeed?
10 years!
Kidding aside, masyadong malaki yun, girl.
Times 10. I didn't expect it would be so difficult na my baby wasn't latching or it was so painful na I would really hold and claw out my husband's arm. Talagang kinuklo ko kasi ang sakit-sakit pala niya. And at the same time, after 10 weeks, I had mastitis naman. So, I'm sure there are also moms out there who are getting discouraged for challenges that are happening. So for you, what are other difficulties that you heard about with the other moms?
Actually, Feliz, first of all, talagang warm hugs for all the moms. Kung pwede ko lang i-hug, virtual hug lahat ng moms. And I think that's the best part of being a certified lactation counselor is that I'm able to give comfort to the moms. Alam mo, comfort is first. It's a trial and error for the first 2 weeks. I think kung yung baby nyo, mga mommies, ay nag-latch perfectly from day 1, grabe, sobrang swerte nyo talaga because really, I think that happens less than 10% of the time. And that's fine. If you're having a hard time, seek out support. Don't be shy. That's okay. Kasi bibigyan naman kayo ng support ng mga moms na talagang makakatulong. So, apart from latch, my first concern was zombie nights. Naalala mo ba yun? Alam mo, parang feeling na ayoko na uli magkaanak kasi gosh, talagang at 3 o'clock, parang wala ka na talaga sa wisho. Parang it's really so tough to keep your eyes open and then to feed the baby and then mali-mali pa yung latch, change diaper, and then go through the whole day again. For how many weeks yan. And then the second challenge is, for me, if your baby gets allergies. Because my second one, because I come from a family with a lot of allergies. We have asthma, with very strong asthma. So, And of course, at that time, bata pa ako noon, hindi pa ako learned in breastfeeding. Ang advice sa akin was to stop. And of course, that was a bad decision for me. Bad decision. Of course, I cannot bring back time anymore. I was only able to breastfeed my second one for 3 months. And siya lang din yung nagkaroon ng asthma. So I would prefer home-cooked meals. I'd prefer that you prepare your own and still continuously breastfeed kasi that will protect your child eventually and ma-overcome niya yung allergies na yun.
So I remember there was a time when we had an event, I saw you and you were breastfeeding your child during our event, while in the middle of the event, and I was so amazed with what you were practicing. What do you think about breastfeeding in public?
Breastfeeding in public is so important, and the way that we can support is of course to be kind to every mom that we meet, whether they are breastfeeding or not. But if they're breastfeeding, syempre please stop those stares and glares. If feeling nyo awkward sila, baka you can offer a seat for corporations or for establishments just to comply with the milk code and give the mom enough space and enough time to express her milk if she's not with the baby, or give her a private corner where she can breastfeed her child. Wag naman sa CR. It also helps a lot. Of course, as moms, being in a modern and fashionable world that we are, to really wear clothes that will help you breastfeed comfortably and discreetly. It doesn't have to be special clothes. Pero syempre, kung ang gaganda kasi ng mga breastfeeding wear ngayon, di ba? You can start with a good breastfeeding underwear para madaling i-open and close. Huwag yung nililift mo kasi baka nakakasakit yon and it can cause plugs and mastitis. So, if you have discreet nursing wear where you can lift up one flap, turn it to one side, or alam mo, pag wala ka talagang budget, bili ka nung, alam mo yung bando, tapos nung lagay mo siya sa tiyan mo. Para pag nilift mo yung shirt mo na hindi breastfeeding wear, hindi kita yung buong tiyan mo.
So I would like to also share some of the comments of our live viewers. So we have Mommy Julie Dapol. Ayan, I want to talk about normalizing breastfeeding in public. Ayan, it's the same. Now, not many understand how important it is that our babies need milk anytime and anywhere without prejudice. Diba, there was a time na, dapat you follow a schedule. But then here, I think you're saying na you feed anytime.
On demand.
On demand. Tama ba yun?
Yes, kasi actually also, even with us, di ba, yung breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that was only invented to have order in our lives. Pero if you study nutrition per se, you will understand na you actually have to eat when you're hungry and you stop when you're full. That's how nutrition really works. So it's the same for the child. Imagine mo yung tiyan niya, na size lang ng grape at yung umpisa, di ba? Paano mo ibibigay yung 2 ounces doon o 1 ounce? Ang dami-dami nun. Or even 8 ounces na nakakabusog na sa atin. So we have to respect the time of the child. And sabi nga niya, kung ang takot niya is i-judge siya, edi siguro at the start, really do discreet breastfeeding.
When a mother is given the opportunity to breastfeed their babies, it's something talaga na we should be proud of. Aside from the nutritional benefits, it is said na breastfeeding helps build strong connections and bonds with the mommy and the baby. So I think it is what we call the kangaroo care, no? And it's the skin-to-skin contact with our babies. Moms as well as daddies can do this, right? Hindi lang si mommy, pwede si daddy. So how about you, Miss Abbie? Did you practice kangaroo care, you and your husband?
Actually, I was gonna say, kangaroo care ba yan or breastfeeding for mommy and daddy? Kasi I was gonna segue na yes, daddies can breastfeed, but that's not our topic for today. So, in fact, yung kangaroo care is something that's really close to my heart. And one of the benefits of breastfeeding is assuring that the mommy and the child have a lot of social contact and skin-to-skin contact.
So, ang bilis, no? How time really flies. It was so fun and so important to really recap all of these things with you, Abbie. And I really enjoyed our discussion today. Thank you, Abbie, for sharing your personal journey with us. And I'm sure the moms out there feel reassured that they are not alone. And for you mommies out there, it was really a joy to learn together about the benefits of breast milk, as well as, you know, our own personal journeys. So to all breastfeeding moms out there, I hope you will like, you share, and you comment na kayo dito kasi ito yung first episode natin. Siyempre gusto natin more mommies will know and be knowledgeable about breastfeeding and all the topics out there. So remember that to enhance your milk supply is through kangaroo care. So you have to give a lot of hugs and kisses to your babies and really circle them in and let them feel secured and safe. And remember, keep yourself hydrated. Naalala nyo na, sinabi ni Miss Abbie, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 bottles in a day. So keep in mind to choose the best distilled water for you and your family. Absolute distilled water, absolute quality, pure water, pure love. Thank you so much for gracing our show, Miss Abbie, today.
Thank you too for having me. It was so much fun.
Oh, thank you, Abbie. So mga mommies, stay tuned for our next episode if it's going to be really, really juicy. So kung gusto mo malaman how to make sure that our kids feel whole and complete and to understand the well-being of our children, make sure to save the date for our next episode. This is Feliz Lucas, your host for Pure Moms, Pure Love video podcast.